The Republican desire to impeach someone, anyone, no matter whether there's any evidence, just shows how they have descended into chaos.
Out of everybody on this planet, this is the last person that has the audacity to even utter anything that he just said. Before we dive deep into this video, don't forget to like and subscribe, and please share so we can get the word out there and we can all watch together. I really appreciate that. He has the nerve to talk about bringing forth impeachments without any kind of evidence. He should just spontaneous combust from the amount of hypocrisy oozing from his flat lips. Can you believe, out of everybody, for him to utter this is just insane to me. I guess we just forget, right? I guess just because it's in the past, we can't remember. Remember, this fool said this.
All you have right now is a circumstantial case.
Actually, no, Chuck. I can tell you that the case is more than that, and I can't go into the particulars, but there is more than circumstantial evidence now. So,
evidence we have seen in terms of the Russian social media campaign, their paid media campaign, and yes, the issue of collusion with the Trump campaign. There is significant evidence, much of it in the public domain, on the issue of collusion.
That's so interesting. There's ample evidence. There's so much evidence of collusion. It's all in the public domain. Then to come to find out, after all this phony investigations, millions upon tens of millions of dollars they used with these phony investigations, because that's what they were. Even they came out with their own little, we have Mueller. What did he say? No collusion. Then you had John Durham, and for all we can say about John Durham, taking eons to do anything. At least he came forward and said that there was no grounds for an FBI investigation, probe Russian collusion whatsoever. So at least he did one thing right. It was complete nonsense. But from Adam Schiff, coming from his mouth to say, it's just crazy. I almost fell out my chair when I heard this clown talking about this. And how does this work? So basically, you can go out there and just say all this nonsense. This person's a Russian spy. We have all this evidence. Don't forget Eric Swadwell. People forget about him because he said this.
You're a member of the judiciary. Do you believe the president right now has been an agent of the Russians?
Yes, I think there's more evidence than he is. Yes, and I think all the arrows point in that direction, and I haven't seen a single piece of evidence that he's not.
An agent like in the 1940s where you had people who are Reds, to use an old term, like that. In other words, working for a foreign power.
He's working on behalf of the Russians, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, there's so much evidence that he was a Russian spy. Just like back in the day, he's paid. He's working for Russia. These people can go around on live television in the Senate, Congress, all this stuff, and utter this day in and day out. And then to come to find out, it's all fabricated. It's all BS. And then nothing happens because they're protected by the walls of Congress. Mind you, this was the same guy, Adam Schiff, that said that he had the actual phone call with Zelensky and Trump. Remember the quid pro quo, all this stuff, that he had it verbatim, but they didn't know that Trump taped the call. And what did he do? He released the call, and everything that Adam Schiff said was completely false. They had the entire transcript, everything that Adam Schiff said that was on the call, supposedly, because mind you, if the call wasn't recorded, who knew what would have happened? But they recorded the call, released it, and you saw it was all fabricated.
I don't see much reciprocity here. I hear what you want. I have a favor I want from you, though. And I'm going to say this only 7 times, so you better listen good. I want you to make up dirt on my political opponent, understand lots of it.
And this is the main reason why people don't trust the government, Congress, none of these people, the FBI, CIA, none of this stuff, because they can go around lie on television for the whole world to see, and nothing's ever done. If this was you or I, any of us, if we went out here and we were lying on somebody, trying to get them fired from work or whatever, and impeachment's like the highest level you can go, but trying to get somebody fired on complete fabrication, we would have to pay for that. We can't just go, you can't just go around and just fabricate stuff, but I guess when you're in government, when you're in Congress, you can do so. And then they wonder why nobody trusts the system. This is one of the main reasons. He should be ashamed of himself. So when you go back and look and say, man, he wasn't a Russian spy, there was no collusion, the phone call was fine, he didn't incite the... At the end of the day, where does the credibility... You have zero credibility. That's why there needs to be something to get this person completely out of Congress. How can you stay in and still do stuff like this? Like, this isn't being a servant to the American people. This is basically being just like a tick, like a roach that's just running around laying eggs all over the house, and they hatch and they turn into grenades. What the hell am I talking about? At the end of the day, the guy's a snake. So tell me your guys' thoughts about all this. If you guys are so sick and tired of all this stuff happening and nothing being done about it, or if you guys are just numb to the fact because you've seen it so much and then nothing happens that you almost don't care anymore. And I can see how people can get like that because it's a joke what's allowed to happen. Thank you guys for tuning in. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you guys enjoyed. And don't forget to share as well so we can get the word out there and we can all watch together. Thank you guys for tuning in, and I will catch you guys on the next one.